Joe in real life. So the big toe of my right foot is throbbing like a cow's heart. Old Bessie's on a dead sprint. and and man, the stress is getting to her, I'll tell you that. That's my big toe's name now, Old Bess. Um, Still in a bad spot, man. Still in a real bad spot. I talked to my mom yesterday on a video call, or what passes for talking. She's deteriorating quickly. Things aren't good, yeah. They're just not good across the board. And I'm finding my peace with it, but it's hard. It hurts, you know. The worst part is that there's no reprieve from it, you know. It sits with me all day and all night, invades my dreams. And I don't know, just 2 nights ago, I woke up with a start in the middle of the night, and I saw a specter over our bed. And it was like one of those half dream, half awake specters, but not a proper one, you know? And I was sure my mom had died. I was sure of it. And that she came and visited us in the night. That, of course, wasn't the case. It took me a while to sort it out. It's safe to say I'm struggling, I think. You know? Nothing's coordinating right. My body is betraying me. These are dark days. But we're still here. We're still here. We're still doing the thing. I think I'm going to wear my shoes today. Just because having a shoe on, having a little pressure on the foot is keeping it tight. And I'm going to see what the squat has to offer. I'm not hopeful. But, you know, this is part of it too. That's what I keep telling myself. This is part of the game that I agreed to play. And there's absolutely nothing for it. Stay tuned. I'm conflicted. I feel equal parts as harmless as a kitten and totally unsafe to be around. I want to be sanitized. I want to be lifted from this, like, householder's existence just for a little while, just so I can work through this. It feels as though moving around on the ground and doing life business is preventing the passage in some way. And I know that that isn't true. I know that no matter what, I'm placed here to feel this, and that's just the way it's going to be. And there's no distraction strategy or immersion strategy or anything that toggles between those two places that's going to lift me up and out of this, but I still want to, you know. It's as though I can't accept that I'm just the witness, that I'm just placed here to see this and experience it. And of course, even that isn't true. That isn't the purpose of it. If there's purpose behind it at all, that's for my mom to sort. You know, she's the one going through it. I'm just a bystander. For no reason that makes any sense, I'm remembering Thus Spake Zarathustra and the prophet's argument after he's rejected. He takes a different tact. He stops preaching about the Obermensch and begins the discussion of the last man, and how he figures if he shows them what's possible and that doesn't work, then he'll show them the consequence. And the deal with the last man is that he seeks comfort. It's more complicated than that, but He wants the easiest, most comfortable life possible. And not just for him either, but for all, you know? Kind of like Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, the dystopian or / utopian existence that the people share before the savage tries to dismantle it. And I wonder if I'm doing that last man biz, you know? I'm wondering if it's too much for me right now, so I just want it to be easy. You know, it's not that I want to feel no pain. But I don't want to feel what I am. And I want my hands on the controls. I want a pill that'll deaden it and dole it out to me in a dose that I can endure. I know that these sufferings are part of the game. It's part of the rich pageant of what we're, against our will or otherwise, placed within. I also know that I'll listen back to these videos at some later date when this is all over and be embarrassed by myself and wonder what I was going on about or getting into. What benefit I thought there might be for crying out against the inevitable on YouTube. And I wish that mattered to me. But it doesn't. This is rough. I think I already told this story, but my son and I were watching Hoarders, which I'm not proud of, by the way. Hoarders upsets me a great deal. And I wish those people were actually getting help and not put on display for a television show. But over and over again, these hoarders, they have some tragic event that tipped them into being hoarders. And I'm certain that's not the way it works. I'm certain they were always hoarders. It just didn't manifest fully until these tragic thing. I don't believe it's the fault of the tragic event. I believe the tragic event ticked off something that was already very active in them. But that's maybe a video for another time. It's always a dead mom or someone very close to them, you know. And my son and I were watching, and we were kind of picking apart this idea. My son's pretty bright, you know. And he said, how did he word it exactly? He said, like, oh, geez, you know who else's mom dies? And there was a pregnant pause because I wasn't sure what he was going to say next. And he said, everyone's. And, like, my mom was dying at the time, you know, and he didn't think that through. It was less serious than it is now, but it was still serious, you know, and we both started uproariously laughing. I think water sprayed out my nose even, as like a caricature in a sitcom, you know, because he realized the extent of his trespass in that little glib comment, and I did too, and it was offensive, but offensive in that way that it's also hilarious, you know, because everyone's mom does die. Everyone dies. And our moms die first, typically. And all this drama and sadness and carrying on and not being able to work out and just having no energy at all, but also feeling like you're on the brink of frenzy at all times, that I'm literally capable of anything. It's a hell of a feeling, you know? I'd like to promise that I'm going to try to do better tomorrow, and I'm going to turn this back into a fitness channel and not just a fit channel where you watch a person do one squat every day for what feels like months now. But I don't have any confidence in my ability to do that. So I guess we'll just see what tomorrow brings. Yeah? This is Joe in real life. I love you guys. Be good to each other today. Maybe call your mom. I don't know. I'm not your boss. You might want to, though. And let's try this again tomorrow, okay? All right. I love you.